Welcome back, all my Rabless Ramblers. We're back in the Highlands for Solo Adventure 24. And after all that travelling through Sweden, I'm not going to lie, it feels good to be back. If you're new here and you're looking for off-the-map adventures and all of nature's best-kept secrets, then stick around because you're in the right place. And if you're feeling adventurous yourself, then why not like, share, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. Anyways, enough talking, you know what I'm like. Let's get walking. Just look at this. Perfect weather. Perfect location. Right in the middle of 2 weeks of rain. It's been rain every day before this. It's meant to be rain every day after this. We've come out, I can feel the sun beaming down on my back. It's so warm. Just seen a fish jump out the water again. Bet you it's not on camera. I always miss it. Damn it. I said enough talking, let's get walking. And then I sat down and thought, no, I'm not rushing. I'm soaking it in. But no, we do need to get moving, otherwise the day's going to just fly away. And it'll be pitch black before we're setting up camp. And I don't want that. I want us to have a nice chilled one today. Let's take one last little look at this view before we start heading out. But don't worry, the spot I've got planned, it's not quite as big as this, but it's just as nice. But we really do need to get moving. So let me go get my gear on and then let's get out on this hike. See, you don't have to travel halfway across the world to have beautiful views. You just got to get out and explore more. Someone's had a cheeky little fire pit down there by the water's edge. I keep getting distracted by these views. We need to get moving before the day runs away on us. We've still got a long hike to go on yet, up through these woods. Come on. So today's adventure is just a chilled one really. Finally, a few easy miles through some woodland to a nice little spot that I know about, where I'm going to compare a few power banks and share some honest buying advice. As you all know, here on Rabless Ramblers, we don't promote brands, we don't do fake reviews, but what I will do is help you to not waste your money like I've wasted plenty of mine. Because honestly, there's nothing I hate more than being ripped off. And over the years, I've listened to so many YouTubers giving advice on tech and what I should buy and what I shouldn't buy. And more often than not, I'm left disappointed and just feeling conned and ripped off. So I want to do things a little bit differently and try and save you from the stress that I've been through. Now, it might be obvious, but running an outdoor channel means carrying a hell of a lot of equipment. Lights, the cameras, my phone, just all the bits and bobs that I need. Especially when I'm out on like 2-night, 3-4 night trips, like the Sweden trip for example. So since starting this channel, it's been a couple of years now, I have bought loads of power banks, absolutely loads. Some because of big claims and others just because that's all I could afford. And I'll be honest, most of that money spent was money wasted. Now I guess that some of that's down to me and some of that's down to bad advice, but either way, it's still money gone. Once we get to camp, we'll get set up, make a little hot chocolate, get comfy, and we'll go through some of the things that I've learned, and I'll compare some of the best and some of the worst power banks that I've bought so far. How cool is this place? So much deadfall in here though. Definitely gonna have to be careful. So I can hear a lot of the trees squeaking above my head. The terrain is absolutely stunning. Just look at this. Just endless woodlands. Speaking of powerbank comparisons, a little spoiler alert for later. I do have a new favourite. As far as I'm concerned, this is the ultimate powerbank, but we'll get to that later. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, eh? We've still got a long hike to go. This part of the forest is so cool. It's like a plantation style. I'll flip the camera around so you can see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, if I can squeeze my bag through some of these gaps, you can see like the lines, and then over there there's like another line, another line. So this is basically just a plantation for trees to get chopped down eventually when they're big enough. I'd say a lot of these are looking like they're almost there, to be honest. I know what you're all thinking right now. What the hell have you got in that bag? I've got everything in this bag. I've got a brand new tent. Well, I've never used it before. I've had it for a couple of years now. It's the one that my mum bought me for Christmas a couple of years ago, but I never got the chance to use it. And I've been planning this trip now to catch a day that it was dry so I could bring it out and get it used. Nice sunny day because it's not waterproof. Oh, I tell you, it feels so good to be out though, especially after Sweden, after hauling all that luggage halfway across the world and back. This bag feels like nothing. It might look heavy, but it's not as heavy as it looks. It's just large. I've got a big chair in here as well, it's like a reclining chair. I just brought everything out. I thought, if we're going to go luxury, we're going to do it properly. We just need to get out of this little bit of woodland here because my bag keeps getting caught on everything. Luckily it's all dead wood though, so it snaps pretty easily, but it's not the point. Oh, it's getting difficult and we're going uphill now. I'm not going to say it yet though, people. I'm not going to say it yet. Oh, yeah. Ooh. We've almost made it out of there into some open grass. I can see the sun shining on it. It looks pretty. So yeah, as I said, we're up in the Highlands today. One of my many secret spots. Oh, no, No, I can't say it yet. It's too soon. It's way too soon. How's everyone doing out there anyway? It feels like it's been ages since I've caught up with you all. Since the Sweden trip. You know, whilst I'm on this trip right now, the Sweden trip video still not uploaded. I've been having nothing but problems with it for the last week. Everything I've tried just seems to be failing. Oh, there we go. A bit of open land to walk on for a bit. Last time I left the video for Sweden though, it was on 50% uploaded. Even my dad's been messaging me, come on, where's this video? I'm like, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, it's just sitting at 50%. It says it's uploading. There's nothing I can do about it. And obviously I can't put this video up until that one's done. Moan, moan, moan. You know, I'm about to say it, everybody. I am shattered. Or knackered. Whichever one you prefer. It's not that bad though, to be fair. Compared to, like I say, all the mileage I did getting to Sweden. Being back here on sort of flat land feels so good on my feet and my legs and my back. I've got no backache right now, so that's good. We're doing good though. I'd say we're over halfway now to my final destination. How's all my Rabless Ramblers doing out there? I hope everyone's well. Levi, mwah, Daddy loves you. Always thinking about your little man. This part of the forest that I'm in now looks so cool. It's like an old, it looks ancient. That's the only way I can describe it. I'll flip the camera around so you can see. You can see what I mean by it looks ancient. Because all the moss is growing on the floor, all the grass. All the trees look totally dead, all the way up. Be good for firewood. Oh, P-Bear, where are you? I can't find Opie Bear anywhere. Everywhere I turn, there's just some cool stuff in this woodland. It's never ended. Just some random dry stone wall. Absolutely love this, you know. Definitely, we are the best camping channel. Rabless Ramblers for the win. Nobody gets out and explores like this. Some cool falling down tree root here. You have to try and get over this wall now without dying. Oh, that doesn't feel like a very stable rock. Oh, neither does that. Ah, there we go. We made it. Oh, look. There's another cool little rock formation here. This could be a cool camping spot actually. Let's see if I can get around to the other side of this wall in front of me. I'll show you what it looks like. No, you couldn't really camp there. There's like a big tree in the way. As you can see, there isn't really anywhere to put a tent in there. You could sleep with a bivvy. See if we can get in. It's all like boggy marshland around here. Tick Central, I'm sure. Yeah, look. A cool little hideaway. Or a little marker point to stash your valuables if you're passing through. We really did get so lucky today with the weather. Everything in here feels so dry, which is kind of a shame in a sense because we're not even having a wooden fire tonight. I brought my gas fire with me because I wasn't too sure about the weather obviously, but it's like, oh man, we could have had a roaring fire tonight. Oh well, maybe next time. At least we've got a fire. You know what, I'm so looking forward to tonight actually, and getting out and using this tent. It's massive, it's got a big awning on it. I've got my reclining bed chair, I've got my proper bed, I've got everything, like literally all my stuff. The only thing I forgot, trust me to forget something, is I forgot to bring my pan. Now, for tea, I'm having mashed potato and an all-day breakfast in a can. I remembered the tin opener, but I forgot the pan to cook the all-day breakfast in. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to separate the beans and the meat, fry the meat separately, and then go back, boil up the beans in my little metal cup, and then mix it together, make it work. Where there's a will, there's a way. I thought I seen like a cool bird box then, but I was just tripping. Pretty easy going though. I'll be honest with you, I've not actually got a proper sweat on yet. I'm a bit out of breath, but it's just because I'm trying to move with pace and I'm trying to film and set up the tripod, etc, etc. It's like I was saying earlier about the battery bank thing. Like when I'm out on these trips, I literally have so much camera equipment. And all the other YouTubers out there, you all know exactly what I'm talking about. And then to be honest, my power bank review really probably applies more to YouTubers, content creators, tech users, people who travel a lot. Just the average everyday person who just charges the phone once a day and doesn't really need a power bank. Obviously, my advice is not for you. But the people who need power banks will know the pain I've been through and understand it. So hopefully my comparison will, between all the power banks I've got, and then obviously I'll showcase my favourite at the end. And hopefully that helps you make a better decision when you go out and buy one, if you do buy one. So what I've actually done as well, so when I came back from the Sweden trip, obviously I was fuming about this battery situation. So I ordered a new battery bank online. And it came and it turned out to be the one, my favourite, the best I've ever had, the best I'd ever recommend. It's just amazing. And it cost way less than the ones that I'd bought for the trip. You know, I fell for the hype and the advertising and the YouTube reviews. My own fault. The point is, I bought this battery bank, realised this is the one, it's amazing. I'm going to do a little comparison on my channel. And I thought, I need to get my hands on another one, so that I can do the unboxing and show you what you actually get. So I bought another one, which was on sale, and then I've checked the website now, and there's another sale on. So I'll put that code up as well when I'm talking about the battery banks later. So honestly, you can get yourself a super good bargain if you go and get yourself this battery bank, and I promise you will not be disappointed. We've arrived, people. Not too long to go. We just need to follow this river up, jump across to the other side, and then we'll be there. Pretty simple, really. I'm so glad that we made it and we still got sun in the sky. Hopefully the sun doesn't blind you behind me. I do have my filter on, but even the filter can't do anything when it's direct sunlight. And I can see that it's right behind me, as always. And just look at this. This is almost, dare I say it, is actually better than Sweden. Not to say that there's anything wrong with Sweden, there really isn't. You don't have to go far from your own backyard to discover all sorts of untouched gems, unexplored spots, and beautiful locations. But no, I'm not advising any of you to get out and go camping. Stay in the house and watch my videos. Otherwise, who's going to watch them? Oh yes, this is the spot. If we get to the end over here, we've made it! Oh yes, would you look at this? Shall I flip you around? You want to have a little nosy of where we're camping tonight? You know, for a minute there when we was hiking up through the woods, I was thinking, I'm never going to get to this location. I did see a few others on the way here, but I thought, no, I've got a plan. We're going to get there and we're going to get it done. Right, first things first, let's get this brand new tent set up because I've got no idea what I'm doing. So you can all laugh and come along for the journey with me. Let's get this bag off and let's get this tent set up. Alright, first things first, it's the tent. Now wait till you see the size of this beast. Oh, look at the size of this. It's almost bigger than the bag. Still got the tags on it and everything. Alright, let's get this set up. Right, well that's the ground sheet down. I'm not really sure how big this tent is, like I say, because it's been a couple of years since I even had it out. But let's figure it out. Oh, and by the way, this is actually a pop-up tent, so I'm thinking it's not going to take us that long. So, as you can see, it just has a centre pole, and then it has 4 outside poles, which look like they just clip outwards. Fairly straightforward. Right, well there's the front, oh no, I was going to say there's the front door, but it's got 2 front doors, but it's got a front and a back door. Confusing myself here. Looks like the ground sheet's the right size though. Okay, so the tent has these locking connectors that just fold out like little arms, and then I'm guessing we just pop the middle up. Ah yeah, there's more locking arms here at the top. Oh, that's really easy. Oh, I see. You push the top down and it pushed the sides out. pretty clever. Doesn't feel stable though, so there's something not right about it. I'm sure you can all see why I didn't want to bring this out in the rain now. Because this is basically the rain cover. And it's like, what's this? We can make it work though. Can't be that hard, can it? This is definitely not like me. Luxury like this? Are you crazy? Give you a little tour of the tent. It's not fully done yet, but nice big front door. Side window. Back entrance or back exit, which is good. If you need a wee in the middle of the night, let's go over there. What we need to do now is get the final piece on this tent. The bit that's supposed to make it look fancy and jazzy. And I didn't actually realise it had poles inside it because I've never opened it, as you can see. I've been carrying all this extra weight and I already brought my tarp poles with me. Oh. Ah well, you live and you learn, eh? Now I've never used this bit before either, so this is going to be a learning experience. But basically there's a zip on here, and there's a zip on here, and it should just zip along fairly easily. So in theory, it should just click in here. Oh, almost. There we go. Well, that was pretty straightforward, wasn't it? Wait a minute. I wonder if these go through here. No, they don't. So basically what happens now is this pins out to give us a crazy big shelter over the top. Essentially it's like a tarp over the top, but it comes pre-attached to the tent. I think it's an amazing idea, especially on a sunny day, which is the idea. That's why I brought it. I thought it's perfect sunny day tent. I wouldn't risk it in stormy wet weather. You know, I'm really surprised with how much pull you actually get. These have got to be good 2.5 meters long. I wouldn't have thought these would have came free with it. Definitely can't complain. Yeah, look at that. 2 huge poles to go with it. Next job is just to get this up. Oh, no way. It's got like wings on the side. That's so good. That's decent. This is way bigger than I thought it was. Way bigger. Hey, there's 2 pegs left as well. Plenty of guy line. It's actually a decent tent, I'm not going to lie. Thank you very much, Mum. Thank you very much. How many guy lines do you get with it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's actually the perfect amount as well. You normally never get enough guy lines to pin it out properly. So, fair play to China. Just got to try and untangle all these guy lines now. There we go, that wasn't so bad. Right, let's tie this tarp out then. If you're wondering what kind of knots I'm using, just double knots. Just because I can't be bothered. Being lazy. So far so good. We've got the roof up, as you can see, nice big shelter there. Could bring you from this angle, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. It's really nice. The only thing is, I've had to go old school and make 2 pegs out of 2 sticks because unfortunately there wasn't enough pegs. If you don't know what I meant by making an old school tent peg with a stick, let me show you what I mean. All you have to do, take your stick, put it through your loop as normal, as if it was a peg. There'll probably be somewhere on the stick that will catch the guy line anyway, naturally. And then just, there you go, you've got a tent peg. Simple as that. Alright, that's the tent pretty much set up. I've been dilly-dallying long enough. Got my little window open permanently. Got my little shelter up top. Not that it's going to rain, but it was meant to be a sun shelter. Now this one, unfortunately, I do have a pole for it, but I don't have any more pegs. I might guy it down later, but we'll see. For now it doesn't really matter. It can just flap around. But yeah, I just need to get my chair set up, my bed set up, all that good stuff. So I'll bring you back when I'm done. And yes, if you all remember what happened on the Sweden trip, got condensation in my pump, which broke it for some reason. And I tried to dry it out by the fire and then melted the thing completely. So unfortunately, I had to go out and buy another one because I need it for the boat anyway. But it's just annoying. It goes back to what I was saying earlier about getting ripped off by these companies. Flextail has got serious issues, this pump. And not only is it this pump, but it's the batteries that we're going to talk about in a little while as well. So Flextail, you've got some serious making up to do in terms of dealing with me. Alright, well as you can see, bedroom's pretty much done now. Just need to get my pillow out and my sleeping bag out. And then we're done. I need to set up my table as well actually. I brought everything with me on this trip. But as you can see probably from where you are, there's loads of space in this tent. I can fully lay down and stretch my arms out fully. Ugh. I can barely reach the top, but I can just reach it. But there's so much space in here. I'd say you could probably fit 3 beds in here, but then it'd be comfier for 2 beds, one on either side, and then space down the middle for all your crap. Obviously I'm not trying to advertise this tent or anything. It's just something I really wanted for a long time. I finally got the chance to use it. It's like, oh, it was a good purchase. It's just a shame that all the seam seal tape inside is ruined. if I seam seal it myself on the outside, it'd probably be 100% waterproof, to be honest with you. Alright, sleeping bag, and then we're done. Well, I say done. Get this table set up, pack away all my bags and stuff, tidy up a bit. Then I can sit down, relax, have something to eat. And get this powerbank comparison on the go. I'm determined to do it because it just drove me so nuts going through the whole process of all these power banks that when I finally found the right one, it was like, do you know what? I am doing a video. Anyway, I'm just rambling on here. Right, pillow's done. That's done. Do like you do at home when you're a kid. Hide your rubbish under the bed. Bedroom's clean. Now, I don't know if you all remember this, my little gas fire pit. So in this particular area at this time of year, you're not allowed to have fires. There's a fire ban. As you've seen earlier in the woods, how dry the pine needles are and stuff on the floor. So I've brought my old barbecue fire pit thing that I actually found on an old camping trip. But believe it or not, on the way to this trip today, I bought a new one. I seen in B&M's, I seen one and I was like, ooh, I like the look of that. It was only a tenner, so I grabbed it. But I figured I won't use it on this trip. I'll use the older one because I'm just using it as like a table to put my fire pit on so it doesn't touch the floor. And I've also got my fire mat to stop any heat from going into the floor. Not that it will because it's a gas fire, but it's always best to be safe than sorry, right? There we go. Now, if you remember this from last time, it's quite difficult to put together. But it's actually not difficult once you know how to do it. But I've not fully mastered it yet, so let's see. That goes on there for sure. Oh yes, I remember. So we screw the top on like this. This is essentially the fire. Then you've got the fire pit. This is the bit that's a pain in the bum to try and get together. Trying to remember how it goes. And that doesn't seem right. Oh, why is this so difficult? Oh, I told you you'd get a laugh out of me. All right. So you have to connect it like back to front. I say that, I just got lucky, I think. So that's not right, is it? That looks better. Oh, there we go. Done it. Woohoo! We got there in the end. That's better. I moved the mic onto the floor as well so it's not crinkling on my chest. I keep forgetting about it. You need to be reminding me. There we go. No. As I was saying anyway, that's the fire pit done. Pretty simple, straightforward. This will be a good angle really for anyone who's not seen this before. And then what you do is you get these rocks that look like charcoal rocks, just imitation rocks, but they glow up red and make it look like a real little charcoal fire. Really nice. All we have to do now screw on the gas bottle, like so, and then we have a fire. Camp set up. I got my luxury lounging chair, which actually does recline all the way back. The midges are out. I was not expecting that. But for now, I have got a sandwich, I've got some mini savoury eggs and a bottle of iron brew to eat and drink, which is my plan because I deserve it after a long day's graft. And then, after that, we're going to get onto this Rabless Ramblers PowerBank review / comparison. Now, as you can see, this here is my full equipment bag of just batteries. Plus, there's another battery plugged in over there for a light. So as you can see, I've got a lot of experience with batteries. So if you're going to take anybody's advice or buying advice on buying a new power bank, then trust me, stick around, wait for the comparison, and you'll probably see some numbers that actually surprise you. Let's get straight to it, shall we, with this power bank comparison. Now, first things first, if you're a techie person, you know there's nothing worse than having range anxiety or power shortage anxiety or low battery anxiety. It's absolutely the worst. Now for me, I'm out here doing all these videos. I've got lights. I've got my camera, I've got my microphone, I've got my phone. There's so many things to keep charge of all the time. And since I've started this channel, I've bought so many different power banks and I've learned so many lessons with buying all the different power banks. So let me get straight to it basically. This is the bag of everything I've brought. I've got one more at home that I didn't bring because I'm stupid and I forgot it. That was my very first power bank. And I do have one more power bank, but it's over there keeping a light on. But there's two of them the same, so you don't really need to see that one. So for the purposes of this test, I recharged all the devices on a 65 watt charger and a 240 watt cable, so that it was a consistent test across all the battery banks to find out the actual recharge time at the maximum speed it could possibly be. So unfortunately, when I weighed the batteries, I had to use a luggage scale, so it's not quite accurate, so it's probably plus or minus 5 grams either way. But it doesn't really matter for the purposes of this test because all of the batteries were weighed on the same scale, so they're all going to be correct weight. The next thing that I did for this test was confirm the input and the output wattage, because what they claim on the boxes and what you actually get when you buy it are two completely different things. I've also compared these batteries on price. Now, I've skipped a few of them. I've really stuck to 4 main batteries because a lot of these are old. You can't get hold of them anymore, just because I bought them so many years ago from AliExpress or Temu or different things like that. So we're going to skip over those, and there's really 4 main batteries that we're going to be comparing. So for example, this battery here and this battery here, I bought these a long time ago, so there's no point even testing these. And they're not very good either, by the way. Cost me a lot of money back in the day, but still no good. This one, this is the clear winner, but we'll skip over that for now. This one here is a 22.5 watt fast charging, but it lies. It probably gives you 20 watts out, and it actually gives you 15 watts in on the recharge time, so it's no good. So these are really the batteries that we're going to be talking about. My VURC battery, the flex tail batteries, the night core batteries, and the INIU batteries. What I'm going to do to make things a little bit more clear as well is I'm going to put up a picture so you can pause on the screen and it has all the information on it you could need regarding the comparison and the test, the pricing, the recharge time and everything, because I know I'll probably talk a little bit fast for everybody, so some of the information might go over your head. I do apologise. These are the 4 main batteries we're going to be talking about. We've got the flex tail, 10,000 milliamp carbon fibre, world's lightest apparently. We've got the VRURC, it's a 20,000 milliamp battery. It's the cheapest of the bunch. We have the Nightcore 10,000 milliamp battery. This is the Gen 4 version. And then we have the INIU Cougar P63 battery. This is a 25,000 milliamp battery. So the first thing we really need to start with is price. You've got the FlexTail 10,000 milliamp carbon fibre battery. as of now, these prices are accurate. This is coming in at £44 per battery. Quite expensive. Right here we have the VR URC. This is a 20,000 milliamp battery. This is coming in at between 18 and 36 pounds. It depends on the colour you buy. I think if you get the white one, it's £18, but they're all the same power. This one here is the Nightcore 10,000 Gen 4, and this one's coming in at £71.99. But bear in mind it's a 10,000 milliamp battery, so as far as I'm concerned, that's way too expensive. And this one here, the INIU Cougar P63, this is 25,000 milliamps, and this one's coming in at £66.99. So, water resistance. The FlexTail is IPX4 rated, which means it's splash proof, but you can't go underwater with it. The VR URC, this has no water resistance at all. The Nightcore, this has an IPX7 waterproof rating, which means it is submersible, but I still wouldn't risk it. And again, the INIU Cougar P63, this is not waterproof in any way, so don't get it wet. Now, this is one of the biggest things and one of the biggest killers for me, was the recharge time of each of these batteries. Now, imagine you've recharged your phone, you've recharged your drone, your tablet, whatever it is you're using, and now your battery bank is dead. So you're running around somewhere trying to find somewhere where you can charge it up. Well, how long do you have to wait around? And how many cables do you have in your pocket? So, the FlexTail, believe it or not, this is only a 10,000 milliamp battery, but it actually takes 3 hours and 1 minute to go from 0 to 100% charge with a 65 watt charger. I actually could not believe that it took so long. Now for 10,000 milliamps, waiting 3 hours, that's just a joke. So no, I don't like the FlexTail. The VR URC, this one takes about 4 hours 30 minutes to do a full charge, but it is a 20,000 milliamp battery. But still, I don't have 4.5 hours to wait around. Now this is one of the problems I had with this battery when I went to Sweden, is because I had no plugs or sockets on the trains and on the buses, I had to keep digging into this battery to recharge my camera and stuff. And by the time I got actually to the final destination, this battery was dead. And the few little opportunities that I did have to plug it in like when I was waiting in the train station, for example, I think I regained about 10% battery on it because it's just too slow to charge. So it was just useless. Okay, next we have the Nightcore. Now this is a 10,000 milliamp battery, and this took 2 hours and 22 minutes to recharge. So as far as I'm concerned, it's much like the FlexTail. For 10,000 milliamps, I do not have 2.5 hours to wait to recharge the battery. It just takes too long. So this is why this one becomes my favorite. Not just for this reason, but this is the first reason. This is a 25,000 milliamp battery, so equivalent to 2.5 of the Nightcores, equivalent to 2.5 of the FlexTails. To get this from 0 to 100% took me 1 hour and 22 minutes. Again, all with a 65 watt charger, but 1 hour 22 minutes. Charging my phone on the socket takes about an hour and 10 minutes, and that's, I think, a 5,000 milliamp battery. So the fact that this is 5 times more power than my phone, and it only takes 10 more minutes than my phone to go to 100%, there's no doubt about it. There's a clear winner in terms of recharge time. The INIU Cougar P63 outperforms the rest. But that's not the only thing I did in the test. I wanted to make it a little bit more thorough. So the FlexTail claims to be 18 watts charging speed for the actual battery itself, which is terrible, and 22.5 watts discharge speed, so that would be to charge your phone. Now 22.5 watts would be considered fast charging, but not super fast charging. But when I used it on my phone, I actually found that it wasn't 22.5 watts, it was more like 21 watts. And on the recharge, it wasn't 18 watts, it was more like 15 watts. So that really explains why it took so long to charge this battery. Now again, the VR URC claims the same 18 watts to recharge this, 22.5 watts to recharge your device. I find that I get around 21 watts when I'm recharging my phone, and I find that I get about 15 to 18 watts when I'm recharging the battery itself. Now, it does perform better than the FlexTail. Now, considering it's less than half the price, they both claim to have the same input-output, but the VR-URC does perform better. The Nightcore is exactly the same. It claims to have 22.5 watt charging time, 22.5 watt discharging time. Now, when I tested this, I actually did get the speeds that it claimed, but 22.5 watts still is too long to charge. And the fact that this battery took 2 hours 22 minutes really doesn't make any sense. So I feel like there's thermal throttling going on. You might hit the 22.5 watts, but then it'll keep jumping down, and it'll go up and it'll go down. And when the battery gets to 50%, the wattage will go down by 50%. So it's no good. And then with the INIU P63, this again is where this becomes the highlight, absolute winner. So this battery can recharge at 65 watts. It can discharge 100 watts. So if you've got like a laptop or like a big games console, like a, a handheld tablet or something like, even a drone, something like high power, this can charge up 100 watts, no problem. Discharge, that is. And when you recharge it, 65 watts in, 1 hour 22 minutes, bish bash bosh, there's your winner. Now, all of these battery banks come with a cable, apart from the VR-URC, which is quite handy. They're all fairly good cables. But I've found that apart from the INIU battery, the cable you get with the Nightcore is overpowered for what the battery can even do. And the cable you get with the FlexTail is overpowered for what the battery can even do. So I don't really understand why they've done that. Another thing you might find beneficial to know is how many charges you can get from these batteries. Now, I have an S24 Ultra, not the newest phone, but it still does the trick and the battery's still fairly decent. Now, the FlexTail, 10,000 milliamp, this actually gives me 1.5 charges. It's just not very good. The VR-URC, now this is a 20,000, bear in mind. This gives me 3.2 charges, so this is why I would put this one ahead of this one. The Nightcore, I actually found that it gave me about 1.5, 1.6 charges. So better than the FlexTail, but still it's just not enough power for me anyway. And the INIU P63, I found that this gave me 3.2 charges, so exactly the same as the VR-URC. Alright, another interesting thing that you might need to know is the weight of these batteries. Now, the FlexTail claims to be the lightest one in the world, and it comes in on my scales at 170 grams, which is actually over what they claim it is. Now, the Nightcore battery also comes in at 170 grams. I find it really interesting that both of these are carbon fiber batteries. They both claim to be the lightest. I almost get the feeling behind the scenes these are probably the same companies, or at least working under the same umbrella. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Now, the VR-URC battery actually only weighs 320 grams, so it's actually quite light for a 20,000 milliamp battery. And the INIU Cougar P63 battery, this one weighs in at 380 grams. But the thing that I find really interesting, although this is the heaviest battery of the four, it's the most powerful of the four. It's the fastest recharging of the four. It's the most powerful discharging of the four. But if you times the FlexTail 2.5 times to get to the equivalent power of this, the FlexTail actually weighs over 400 grams, which is 20 grams heavier than the INIU Cougar P63, which I don't really understand because they don't claim to be the lightest. But when you work out the maths, to have the same amount of power as you have in this, using either the Nightcore or the FlexTail, you end up being heavier. So I really don't understand that. So basically, that's my comparison. It's probably a little bit jumbled and mumbled, but hopefully you get something out of it. I'll give you a quick roundup of what I was trying to say. The FlexTail is too expensive. It comes in at £44. and it just underperforms. So no, I can't rate it and I can't recommend it. Please, if you're looking to buy a decent power bank, do not buy the FlexTail power bank. So I'm going to put this at the bottom. In fact, no, I'm going to put this second to the bottom because it's £44. Fully at the bottom, we're going to put the Nitecore, because the Nitecore does do what it says, but it's just not enough power, and for the weight of it, it's really not worth it. And the price, £71.99. This is the most expensive of all four. I just don't know how they justify it. I really don't. So this goes last place, too expensive. Third place, too expensive, is the FlexTail. Second place goes to the VR URC. It does what it says. It's the cheapest of all four. It does have fast charging speeds, but not super fast charging speeds. The reason why I can't put it in first place is because it takes over 4.5 hours to recharge, so no. For me, clearly the #1 winner is the INIU Cougar P63. Now, I promise you, if you're looking to buy a power bank, go out and buy this power bank. You will not be disappointed. You get every bit of your money's worth. It does what it says. 100 watts out, 65 watts in. It only takes an hour 22, an hour 25 to go from 0 to 100%. Absolutely amazing. It doesn't weigh much at all. I'm so glad that I found this. Now, you've seen all the power banks that I've had, and I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't really believe in it and stand by what I'm saying. When I came back from Sweden, I was fuming that all these batteries just let me down. I found this on the internet. I bought it. I paid full price for this. I think I paid like £68 for it. And then as soon as I got it, I started using it, did my little test to see how quick it recharged and stuff. I was just like, I really need to get another one. And what I found out is if you buy one in May, it actually comes with a free 100-watt charging cable, which mine didn't come with. So, woo, extra bonus. So yeah, another power bank from INIU, another power cable that came with it. So this is the red INIU Cougar P63. It comes in black, yellow, a whole bunch of other colours. I picked the red first. Now that I've got a second set, it's like, ooh, I've got a cable with it too, because it's always nice to get a cable that actually works and does what it says. There's nothing worse than those cheap Poundland cables that just don't work. Now, when I got the red INIU power bank, I paid, I think, £68 for it. Obviously, I had to get another one, and I figured I'd get another one for this trip. So I've gone on to the website, and the price has actually gone down at the minute to £66.66, which is the price I quoted on my little comparison thing. But not only has it gone down in price, you get a free power cable all through May. So I've got a second power bank, brand new power cable to match with it, and believe it or not, there's an even extra bonus. So for anyone that's going out to get this anytime through May, so it's already got 12% off on the website, like when you go on there, but then there's a code as well that gives you a further 20% off. So I'll put the code in my description. I'll put the code up on the screen so you can check it out for yourself, and if you want to buy one, use the discount and you'll be paying even less than I did. If you decide to buy this power bank based on my advice, this is what you're going to get. The power bank, 100-watt cable. Use the discount code that I'll put on the screen. Get yourself 20% off. This video is not being sponsored. I'm not being paid. Obviously, you all know that my channel is not monetized, and I hate promoting products and I hate advertising for companies. But I've gone off my own back to do this, to try and give you some beneficial buying advice, because I've spent so much money on these power banks. Not these particular ones, but all my other ones. I've just wasted literally hundreds of pounds. And now that I know that this is available, I don't need to waste any more money. I've got one, now I've got two. Maybe I'll get another one in another colour, just so I've got all three, and then I literally won't need another power bank. But anyway, let me open it up and show you what you actually get inside. Okay, so this is what you get inside. You're getting your power bank, a little 100-watt cable. Show you what this power bank looks like. Ooh, the screen's all shiny compared to mine. Mine's all worn out now and scratched up. There you go. INIU Cougar P63, 100-watt charger cable. The good thing about this battery bank as well is it does has the USB-A, because some devices need this, not just the USB-C. And inside the power cable pack, I'll show you what you get. So in theory you actually get 2 power cables if you're buying me. So you get little leaflets, little user manual, and then you get and there we go, 100-watt cable plus a 25,000-watt 100-watt battery bank plus an extra 100-watt cable. You know what? I've never done a comparison, a review, anything like that, so that was pretty daunting and pretty scary. It was actually really hard to do, but hopefully you get the point of what I was trying to say and you spend your money wisely and don't make the same mistakes that I did. All I can do is give you the best buying advice that I can. You don't have to take it, it's totally down to you. But for now, I need to pack this stuff away, and then I need to get myself something to eat, because I'm hungry. Tonight we're having an all-day breakfast with mashed potato. That's the plan. I don't know if you can see my little fire pit burning over there. It's got a serious problem with it. The bottom of the fire is just leaking gas out the bottom. And because of that, it's not putting the flame up. There's no pressure. I've got the gas on full power. I don't understand what's going on, to be honest with you. I've no idea what's wrong with it, but it's definitely leaking gas. I think maybe I need to put some WD-40 on the seal or something maybe. I don't know if you can see it there, but the bottom's just lit up on fire again, so there's gas leaking out the bottom. It's just not getting any pressure through it. I'll have to get in touch with the company and see what they say. Because I've not had it that long. You've seen me use it on, what, 2 or 3 trips? So if it's broken already, after the amount of money that I paid for it, oh, I'll be fuming. And I'll be coming back with another video moaning about another company. Right, anyway. Let me get this stuff away. The best way to tell if I'm lying about these power banks is just to keep an eye on all my future videos and see which ones I'm using. And I promise you're probably only going to see me use the INIU power bank, the red one and the black one from now on. I'm not going to waste my time with any of the other ones. There's absolutely no point. Right, stick these in the tent. Here's something that you all may or may not have seen before. My new water bag. So you fill it up with water, hang it upside down, connect it to your filter. It is leaking a little bit right now, but that's alright. But it gives me plenty of water supply. I don't have to keep filling up that stupid bottle. What I did think was I'd be able to attach a second bag to the bottom here, but it seems like it doesn't connect properly. But yeah, that's my water filter anyway. I'll tell you, this is the good life. This recliner chair actually goes down one more level as well. I could just fall asleep here right now. Like, oh, this is so nice. I'm just waiting on the water boiling, get the mashed potato going, then I'll sort out the all day breakfast. For right now, I'm just relaxing. The water's going to take 5 minutes or so, I'm not rushing it. Well, what can I say? Solo Adventure 24. We've done it. We're out again. No messing about. I know it's not quite the Sweden adventure, but it's an adventure nonetheless. It's been a nice hike. We found a really nice spot. It's just a shame that it got dark so fast by the time we got here and got everything pitched up. I guess this is like the come down from the Sweden trip. What are my thoughts about it? It was amazing. I loved it. It's everything I thought it was going to be. I think if anything, I'm just more disappointed in myself that I didn't reach the targets that I'd set myself. But at the same time, I did really, really try to make it. The wind and the weather was so awful on that day. I tried to make it across the lake. And 100% we'll go back at some point and we'll complete it. We're not just going to leave it like that unfinished. I can't do it. It goes against everything I stand for. I can't just leave like unfinished business like that. We'll definitely get back and do it again. It was nice just to get back out where I'd call home. You know, didn't have to traipse around 3 bags and 35 kilos to get here. Even though I normally do anyway, but still. The backpack that I bought, or the luggage bag that I took to Sweden, that was absolutely awful. I sent it back as soon as I got home. Absolutely awful. The chest bag that I had, as much as I was dead set against it, it did come in really handy. There was a pocket on the top of it that was the perfect size for the camera. So every time I was using the camera and then finished with it, I could just slide it back into that pocket. It was just really handy. But unfortunately, that bag broke on the trip. The pocket where you put your cards and stuff like that snapped off. So I sent that back when I got home. My pump, the one I showed you earlier, that got wasted on the trip. My gloves, I've still not been able to replace from the last trip. But definitely when we go back to Sweden next time, we're going to go by the aeroplane. Now I know that situation with the power banks. So obviously, the basic rule on the aeroplane, on most airlines, is 27,000 milliamp battery is your limit. And it has to go into your hand luggage, like on the plane. And you're not allowed to use it whilst you're on the plane. But I thought that you were only allowed 27,000 milliamps and that was it, just one battery. But you're actually allowed 20 batteries, as long as each one is under 27,000. And that's the whole reason why I didn't take the airplane on the way to Sweden last time, because I didn't think I was allowed to take that many power banks. I was like, no. So now I know. And as you've seen for yourself earlier, how many power packs I actually had to take on that trip, it was just a ridiculous amount. So now that I've got that, the new INIU power pack, I'm just going to stock up on another 1 or 2 of those and just have 4 of them. And the weight of that in total will be like way less than it was originally. You can take them on the aeroplane, no issues. Because I think for me, being a wild camper, hiker, adventurer, weight does play a massive, massive factor. Now on trips like this today, where I'm hiking on, you know, fairly flat ground, I don't really have any sort of mountain kind of terrain to go on, it doesn't really matter about the weight. When you're traveling, for example, across country and stuff like that, getting on planes, trains, buses, trying to make your way around shops and stores and things like that, carrying like a big hand luggage bag, and then a chest bag, and then a backpack, it's too much. The amount of stuff that I didn't use on that trip was unreal as well. So much stuff that I didn't use. I separated it all when I get home, and like the stuff that I did use was the tiniest little pile, and the stuff that I didn't use was this huge pile on the left. So I think if I was to go again to Sweden, I could probably get the weight down by at least 10 kilos. So from 35 to 25. Bearing in mind 10 or so is all the boating equipment, so there's nothing I can really do about that. I have found a sleeping bag that I want that weighs half what mine weighs, and mine's already really lightweight. So I'm sort of saving up for that right now. I did, even though we're just out tonight with this brand new tent that I've never used before, I have actually bought myself another tent. I know, you know what it's like, campers, Rabless Ramblers. You can never have enough tents. But this new tent that I've got anyway, it's an amazing design. It's a design that I've always wanted and been looking for in a tent. And believe it or not, it's actually made by Eurohike. Now, Eurohike is my favourite brand from growing up. I love Eurohike. Like, to me, Nature Hike is just a rip-off of Eurohike. But the purpose of the new tent is so that we can get out on a rainy adventure, like a thunderstorm or just a heavy rain adventure. The tent's more suited for the rain. That's what I've bought it for. Right. Mashed potato. Let's get it going. Let's get this mashed potato out of here into my little bowl. Oh yeah. I know, I'm a little bit backwards. So I've just put the water back on to make a hot chocolate because I can't be bothered cleaning out the tin after I've made my beans to then have to make a hot chocolate. So I figured I'd do the hot chocolate first, then I can do the beans, and then when the beans are done, pour them onto the mash, eat the mash and the beans, drink my hot chocolate, then I can go clean up afterwards. That's the plan. I don't half make things awkward sometimes. Do you know what I think I need to do on one of these trips one time? Is actually plan it properly, rather than just going, oh, when's the best day in the month I can find the weather, then constantly checking the weather forecast and going, right, there's a hot day there, book it off, let's go. Then I get here and I'm like, oh, I don't have everything I need. It's like, why didn't you think this through? I think I'm just too eager sometimes to get out. Then I forget sometimes why I'm coming out. See, not just to enjoy it and stuff, but I mean the filming side of things. So I got myself a new tripod and a couple of new pieces, attachments for the camera. The new tripod seems to be, it's great because it's nice and lightweight. The only problem is when you're trying to stand the camera up tall, the camera's too heavy for the tripod, so it just falls over. So there's going to be times where I have to take both tripods, my heavy one and my light one, and then just keep the heavy one in the bag for when it's windy or when I need to do tall shots. For when I'm just walking around though, the new one's perfect. You know, now that I'm settled, I'm kind of gutted that I have to go home tomorrow. It's one of those I don't want to leave moments, but I actually really don't want to leave. It's like I want to have another night of this and like a full day. But I know the rain's supposed to be coming tomorrow, so I had the wrong tent for that. And the way the fuel prices are and everything at the minute, I can't get out on these trips like I really want to. Like I'm really, I think, one trip behind so far for the year, which is disappointing because we've had so much nice weather. But obviously I've been editing the Sweden video for the last 3-4 weeks, so I've had no time to do anything, and now that's finally done. Well, I say done, whatever issues I'm having getting it on the internet, but it's finished editing. So I thought, right, quick, get out on another trip. There's one hot day. Eager beaver, just too eager. At least I remembered the hot chocolate this time. I didn't have to go to the shop to get any. It's not my hot chocolate either. It's just some stuff I brought from home. But it'll do the trick. It's really what I need now because the temperature is dropping massively. I'm just dumping the chocolate in. That should do the trick. You know me, I don't like a weak hot chocolate. I like it to taste chocolatey, thick, creamy and delicious. Come on, water, hurry up. It would have been quicker just doing this on my stove, you know, because the fire's broke. I can't believe this fire maple stove's broken. It was brand new. This is really, I'd say, the 3rd time I've used it. It's broke. What kind of crap's that? The amount of time I've wasted with it tonight, I should have just made a real fire. Could have collected so much dry wood out in the woods. But I thought, no, we won't have a fire. You know, the fire ban and stuff. We'll have a nice controlled one with the gas stove. Try and be sensible. It doesn't bloody work. I'll fix it, don't you worry. There's probably just something simple wrong with it. And if not, I'll buy a new one. Because I really do like this stove. When it works. I guess if I do have to buy another one, I've got a lot of spare parts. It's like the PowerBank situation. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I went out, bought something based on all the rave reviews and everything, and it just turns out to be a piece of garbage. You go out and get something for yourself, and then you find exactly what you're looking for. I.e. with the PowerBank. I got exactly what I wanted when I searched and just did my own full-on deep research. By the time this blimmin' hot chocolate's done, my mashed potato's going to be cold. At least I remembered my tin opener for the tin. Because you know I've been out on a trip before with a tin and forgot the tin opener. So Chili, if you're okay and you're out there watching, I remembered. If you are out there, Chili, you need to get in touch and let me know you're alright though. It's been a while since I've heard from you. Nice simple meal though, eh? A can, some simple mashed potato. Don't need anything else. Hey, can you see the steam? We've finally got some hot water for this chocolate. Hey, cheers everybody. Levi, mwah. Daddy loves you. Opie Bear, Mum, Auntie Barbara, Chili, Tommy J, Sophie, Mark, everybody I'm forgetting. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Thanks everyone for watching so far. Woo-wee! Now that is chocolatey, just the way I like it, but boiling hot. Hopefully it'll stay hot long enough for these beans to finish. Alright. I think it's safe to say my beans and sausages are done. Couldn't be any more steamy. Alright, let's get these sausages and beans onto my mashed potato. Now look at that for a meal. Oh, look at the size of this meal. I can tell I'm hungry. Not even said a word. Right, let me get off here, eat this in peace. I'll come back when we get inside the tent, eat some chocolate together, say my good nights, and get some rest, because I am knackered. Peace out everyone, I'll see you all soon. We are in bed. Well, we're in the tent. This tent, you know, is really cool, but the two side windows fully meshed, front and back door fully meshed, and then the roof is half and half mesh. So I've closed the front door up fully, but I've left the 2 side windows and the back windows just a mesh. If it rains, I'll have to quickly wake up and pull the toggles down. Otherwise, it should be alright. So let me just get this phone charged up. 40% left. Dinner was good. Scoffed it down. And that hot chocolate, right? I didn't touch it until like the last few bites of the meal. And then when I picked it up, I was like, glug, 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 done. I was just like, oh, I need another one. What have we got here, eh? Dun, 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 dun. Celebrations. Oh, it's an Easter mix. That's why it was cheap. I picked it up for like $2.99 or something, otherwise I wouldn't have bothered. Let's see what we get. Do you know what I fancy? A Bounty. I'll take a Bounty, a Galaxy, and a Malteser's Bunny. 3 chocolates. That'll do for me tonight. Otherwise I'll be on a crazy sugar rush and I won't go to sleep. And I need to get some sleep because it's late already. What time is it? Oh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, you know. Oh, can't believe it's so late. Time's just gone shoo, flew by. Anyway, let me have my Bounty and shut up. Oh, do you know what else I've got? Where is it hiding? I've still got half a bottle of Iron Brew. I said I'd gone full on luxury on this trip, and I really have. You haven't seen half the stuff that's lying around. I mean, like munchies wise, I've got some crisps over there. I've got some, these, like some cheesy biscuits, and I've got some soft cheese. I got loads of stuff, but just because we've been so busy all day to get here, and then by the time we've got set up and everything, it's just like, where's the time gone? That's why I'm saying I wish there was another day, because I could wake up tomorrow knowing that everything's set up, and then just relax, eat, and enjoy the chit chats. But nonetheless, we've had a good time. You gotta love some chocolate. I tell you though, it won't be long before we're back out on trip number 25. Not with the enthusiasm I've got on this trip right now. I think what made this trip more difficult for me as well, as I was overthinking doing the battery bank sort of comparison. Now, I've never done anything like that before, and I did feel kind of awkward before doing it, but it's a learning curve. I'm going to put it in the video, edit the best I can, and that is what it is. Sometimes in life, you just feel like you need to do something. And that power bank comparison was just something like I felt like I needed to do. I've learned and absorbed so much information about power banks and how they work and everything. Bear in mind, I only gave you guys a small smidgen of the actual full facts of battery banks. But after learning so much, I felt like I had to share it with somebody, so hopefully I've give you guys some good advice. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. It's up to you. You let me know. How did I do? Inside the sleeping bag, I do have my electric blanket as well. Got a thin pair of gloves at the end just in case I get a bit chilly in the night. And then I've got my snood around somewhere. Yeah, so I'm pretty much good to go. Let me have another one of these chocolates. I'll have the Easter Bunny one. The only bad thing with making this a luxury trip, I've got so much stuff to pack away in the morning. I mean, I brought stuff I've not used, like I brought my tarp, just in case, because this tent isn't waterproof. Obviously all those power banks that I've brought, I don't need half of them anymore now. I've got the new ones. Bought so much gas for the fire, and unfortunately the fire's broke, so that was a waste of time. Alright everybody, well I'm going to get myself ready for bed. I finished eating my chocolates. My phone's on 60% now, so it's gone up pretty quick already. Yeah, let me get ready for bed, and then I'll come back and say goodnight. Here's something that some people will find scary. So I've turned all the lights off in the tent now, but you can see there's one light still. It's actually outside the tent, shining up onto the roof of the window, so I can see out, like, off into the water. You can't see it on camera, but I can. You know me, I need to shut up, otherwise I'm going to ramble on all night and never go to sleep, because it's way after 1 o'clock now. So, good night, Levi. Mwah. Daddy loves you. All my Rabless Ramblers and everyone else out there. Sleep well. I'll catch you all in the morning. Peace out. Oh, it's too early. It's just gone 7 AM. Oh, I'm so sleepy still. I just had to quickly get out the tent, about 10 minutes ago. Batten down the hatches, close the doors and windows, apart from the main one outside, because it just started raining, just a little bit. And like I said, this tent's not fully waterproof, so... But quick, close the windows, close the doors. Don't want to be getting rained on. Oh, my eyes are leaking so bad. It's so watery. It's way too early though. I'm going to go back to sleep for half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Then I'm going to get myself up. Oh, I had such good sleep though. I woke up literally to the sound, the pitter-patter of the rain. And I was thinking, what's that? It's like, ah, it's raining, quick. Zip the doors down, zip the windows down. I just jumped back in bed and just thought, oh, I'll say good morning to you guys, and then just head back to sleep for half an hour or so. Then we'll get up properly, make some breakfast, get packed up, and say that solo adventure 24 over. But for now, let me get back to sleep for half an hour. It's way too early right now. Alright, I'm a Rabless Ramblers. I'm finally awake fully. It's still spitting. It's been on and off, non-stop since I woke up. I've tried to pack away a few things and just tidy up and stuff. I've not done the bed yet, but we'll get round to that in a minute. But first, what we need to do is what we didn't do in Sweden. Mum, if you're out there watching, we're finally doing the pancakes for breakfast. I've got some syrup. I brought a big bottle of oil. My pancake mix. My gas. Frying pan. My stove. I'm using the proper stove this time, no messing about. And I've got my thermometer. Woohoo! I found it. 10.3 degrees right now. 82% humidity. So yeah, pretty wet out there. Look, it's not heavy rain, it's just damp and horrible. It shouldn't be too bad packing up though. Alright, let's get this stove on the go, shall we? So I'm not really eating anything apart from the beans and sausage and stuff last night. Oh no, actually I had a little sandwich, didn't I? Yeah. But still, I've not eaten much. Stove done. Frying pan. I'm not really sure how this bottle of oil opens, to be honest with you. What does it say? Peel and twist. got to be careful with this bottle now, haven't I? I don't want it to leak. Imagine getting oil all over my tent. I would never be able to clean that up. May as well just bin it. It's the last thing we want. Anyway, let's light this stove. There we go. Dried off any moisture that was in there. Right, how much water do we need in these pancake mix? 300 mils of water or milk. Oh, you can use milk as well. I didn't know. My trusty bag of water. There's so many things I could do, like reviews and talk about, but if nobody wants to know and nobody asks me about it, I'm not going to talk about it. You don't get free reviews on this channel. If you remember the usual bag, the little water bottle that I used to fill up water and use on my filter, it was terrible. This bag is like the best thing ever. You gotta shake, shake, shake. You gotta shake, shake, shake. Now it says on this bottle that it makes 7 pancakes. I'm guessing it makes 7 really thin ones. Okay, I've just shaken it up and it just seems really watery. It said add 300 mils of water. My recommendation to anyone who's going to make these pancakes is probably take an extra 20 mils back out. It says let it stand for 2 minutes, so we'll see. I'll get a little bit of oil in this pan. Don't need much. That should be more than enough. A little splash of oil. You can't beat the sound of rain though, can you? Not on a tent. It's so relaxing. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't clean that plate last night when I went to bed. I just left it on the table, so I'm using my spare. Oh, I've just realised I left my spoon out there. No! I'm gonna have to make these pancakes kind of thin and roll them up like a little sausage and put some syrup in the middle before I roll them up. Just having this little gas stove on, it's brought the temperature up 1.5 degrees already and lowered the humidity down by 1%. And no, before you ask, we're not trying to flip the pancakes today. I'm not going to take the risk. I think it's fair to say that one's done. Alright everyone, breakfast is served. Pancake and syrup. I'm going to make the rest as well, but I'm not going to sit on camera just cooking one after the other. Beer all day. Let me get a little bite of this with you guys on camera. And then I'll cook up the rest of these and start packing up, I think. Well, hey! We finally had pancakes for breakfast. We did it, Rabless Ramblers. We did it. Finally. Alright, everybody. Let me eat in peace and cook up the rest of these. And I'll come back when I'm packing away before I say goodbye. Catch you soon. I don't want to leave. It's about that time, all my Rabless Ramblers. Oh, it's so sad to go. Everything's pretty much packed away now. The only thing left to do is the tent. I've just been letting it dry out a little bit. All the little spots of water. It's pretty much ready to go now. Get this down, get the bag sealed up, and then get on the hike out of here before the rain really comes down, because as you can see the clouds are super miserable right now. So it's definitely going to rain today. So it's looking like our next adventure is going to be a wet one. Get my new tent out, super waterproof, nice little shelter, something for you to look forward to. Time to get these last few poles and things down now. Right, let's see how easy this is to unpop after you've popped it up. Let's get these pegs out. Alright, wish me luck. I'm hoping it's just a matter of clicking a button. Oh, would you look at that? No way. That's so simple. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the easiest tents I've ever packed away. Microphone fell off again. Stupid thing. Let's see how easy it is to get back in the bag. Okay, it's a little awkward to zip it back up, but it is zipping up. And there we have it. Tent's done. All right, everybody, that's us all packed away. No mess, no trace, no case. It's been an amazing trip. I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you're new here and you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. You know how it goes. Levi, mwah, Daddy loves you. All my Rabless Ramblers, I guess I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out till next time.